Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Blitzball Champ is back here with a brand new video here on the U to the Tube. So, just finished watching NXT Takeover WarGames. That's right, it's that time once again. NXT finishes off the year strong with WarGames. WarGames, lately, they've had a history of not disappointing when it comes to WarGames. So, just wanted to take some time to give my thoughts on Takeover WarGames that just took place. The very last NXT Takeover of the year 2020. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, NXT Takeover WarGames started off with the first of its two WarGames matches. Started out with the ladies. We had Team Candice versus Team Shotzi. Now, Team Candice was made up of Candice LeRae, the leader, the captain, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm. Team Shotzi was made up of the leader, Shotzi Blackheart, Io Shirai, the NXT Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, and Ember Moon. Now, going into this match, Team Shotzi originally won the advantage match, so they got the opportunity to get their first partner in as well. So the sequence went like this: Ember Moon and Dakota Kai started off, and then it was Shotzi Blackheart that came in, then Raquel Gonzalez, then Rhea Ripley, then Toni Storm, and then Io Shirai was the last to come in on Team Shotzi, and then Candice LeRae was the last to come in on Team Candice. Overall, wow, these ladies, they really brought it in this War Games match. I mean, y'all thought last year's War Games match was great. This one was just as, if not better. I mean, these ladies, what a way to open up this takeover by just letting the ladies just go at it in this War Games match. And gotta love the spot that Io Shirai did off the top of the cage with the trash can, wearing the trash can. That was pretty cool. The spot with Dakota Kai doing the double foot stomp on Io Shirai while wearing the trash can. Like, that was crazy. That was really, really crazy. I can imagine that, stomping on the wrong part, Io is done. Like, concussion, broke something, smashed face in, whatever. But would have been done. But there were spots all over the place, and the ladies, they tore the house down. They really tore the house down, and definitely delivered. At the end of the day, it was a one-armed power bomb from Raquel Gonzalez to Io Shirai through the ladder, followed by the cover, the 1, 2, 3, and Team Candice wins War Games. Wow, quite a match. So that means Candice LeRae is 2-0 in War Games matches. Because remember, she won the previous War Games where she was on Team Rhea Ripley. And technically, when you think about it, Dakota Kai is 2-0 in War Games as well. Even though she turned on Tegan Knox, she was on the winning team. So technically, Dakota Kai is 2-0 in War Games matches. Sadly, Io Shirai is 0-2 in War Games matches. So, but you know what? This pretty much potentially sets up a future title shot for Raquel Gonzalez. She pinned the champion Io Shirai. So I'm thinking that that's what they may look to build towards. They got a NXT special coming up to start the new year off called New Year's Evil. I believe it was January 6th. So who knows? They might prep the storyline and push towards maybe that special NXT is when Raquel Gonzalez may get her title shot. You know, and I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call. Raquel, if I remember correctly, she's only lost once in a singles match, and that was against Rhea Ripley. So I mean, they've really been booking her strong, and just she's one of the tall, strong, tough ladies next to Rhea Ripley, and they're booking her that way. So I think she's ushering herself into a title shot against Io Shirai. You know, and I like it. I definitely like it. It's a new challenger for Io Shirai's title. Um, it's a new piece of storyline, and I hope that's what ends up happening. I think with her pinning Io Shirai, you know, start building up a title match between those two. I think that'd be great. But and of course, we got to see some Indy Hartwell kind of assist in this match. So, I mean, there's no telling when Indy Hartwell will be back wrestling. She had the neck brace on and everything. So, but she's still pretty much Candace's right hand lady. So, they got a bind there. They got a partnership there. So, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more Indy Hartwell along with Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano. But yeah, Team Candice gets the victory in the women's War Games match. Next up, we had Tommaso Ciampa versus Timothy Thatcher. Now, of course, I already figured this was going to be a hard hitting, very technical match, and that it was. It even got to the point where Timothy Thatcher's ear got busted open pretty badly, too. It looked like it was from running knee that he took from Tommaso Ciampa, but man, that busted his ear up. But Timothy Thatcher, he definitely looked like a Chris Benoit 2.0 out there, toothless aggression 2.0 out there. Just with his technical skills and just strong style, hard hitting, and this was a good match. This was definitely a good match. I think it could have been a little bit longer, but it was definitely the type of match I expected it to be. And ultimately, Tommaso Ciampa did get the victory, and it's good too because it seems like it's been a while since because I believe the last takeover that Tommaso Ciampa wrestled in, he lost against Karrion Kross. So it's been a while. I think that's the last one he wrestled in, but that was a good while ago. So it was good to see Tommaso Ciampa get this victory, and it's not a whole lot, you know, much damaging to Timothy Thatcher. Still strong. I mean, it's not like he's lost that much. So I mean, they're still keeping him strong. Just they kind of had to get Tommaso Ciampa going back into the picture again because it kind of seemed like for a while he was starting to get lost in the shuffle. And Tommaso Ciampa was one that stressed heavily that he does not want to leave NXT and go to the main roster. He would rather quit before doing that. So I mean, I'm glad that he was able to get another takeover victory and pretty much stay in the mist, stay relevant. Um, I don't know if this is a rivalry that they'll continue, but I mean, this is their first match, so I mean, we'll see. This may be a rivalry that they keep going for a bit, but it makes me wonder what do they do with Tommaso Ciampa going forward. Still gotta figure a way to keep him relevant and keep him in a storyline. But we'll see. We'll see. But Tommaso Ciampa got the victory, nailed Thatcher with the Willow's Bell. Was able to get the pin. Next up, we had Dexter Loomis versus Cameron Grimes in a strap match. Um, I mean, what's this like the third match, second or third match? I think that these two have had against one another, and honestly, I mean the match was entertaining and everything. You know, Cameron Grimes brought his own strap to the match. It wasn't the official strap, and of course, both of them ended up getting used anyway. But I mean, you know, there were a lot of good spots. You know, it got to the point where it looked like Cameron Grimes was, you know, possibly gonna get the victory, but ultimately, Dexter Loomis silenced Cameron Grimes, even with the help of the strap for extra damage. But honestly, I gotta be honest with y'all. I hope this rivalry is done now. Like I think we've seen enough of this rivalry between Dexter Loomis and Cameron Grimes. So I think it's time to go in a different direction. So I hope they do that with Cameron Grimes and Dexter Loomis. I think it's time. I think we've seen enough of this rivalry, and you know Dexter Loomis has pretty much had a clean sweep in this rivalry. So I mean, I just think it's time to move on from this. And you know, Dexter getting the victory. I mean, it's not really surprising. I just hope that they move on from this storyline and kind of go a different direction because we've kind of seen this rivalry go on for quite a long while. So, but we'll see what happens going forward. But Dexter Loomis gets the victory in the strap match. Next up, we had the triple threat match for the North American Championship. Uh, Leon Ruff, the champ, defended against Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano. This was a good match, but I just felt like there were some things about it that were just way too excessive. Like, for instance, now, well, I mean, this was really the main thing, but one, they were really trying to push Damian Priest to really kind of tell a story of just, you know, showing remorse for how he would, you know, pick apart Leon Ruff because, you know, he's a small guy. You know, he never had anything against Leon Ruff, so they kind of make him, you know, show remorse. And he took a really, really sick razor's edge through the glass wall, which, you know, Leon Ruff really sold that well. And you know, these three definitely tore the house down. Um, when it seemed like Leon Ruff was out, a couple of minutes later, he came back, continued the action. And what really killed it for me was the 6, 7, 8 scream wearing ghost face folks that came in to help out Gargano, which Damian Priest pretty much took them all out. And then the one main one that mattered the most interfered, hit him with the pipe. He gets taken out. Gargano finishes Leon Ruff with a one final beat. And Gargano is now a 3-time NXT North American champion with a big assist from Austin Theory. Now, for just in case of those that forgot, a while back, Austin Theory was on a losing streak, a really bad losing streak. And I think it was his last loss was against Kushida. And after that, I think it was against Kushida. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But after that, it was shown him leaving the building and he said, I quit. So, yeah, to come back like this, helping Gargano, which, is now safe to say that he was the one that helped Gargano win the title the second time. So, yeah, Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano working together in cahoots. But I still felt like all those other ghost face wearing members interfering, like, I just felt like it was excessive when the one main one that mattered was Austin Theory. They could have just kept that and left out the others. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. Just with the way it was going, it made it seem like because they were all wiped out, that Gargano wasn't going to get the victory. I just felt like if that was how they were going to end it, they should have just had that and not have all the rest of the ghost face wearing folks to help Gargano, because it just looked excessive in my opinion. That was like my only issue with that match, was that part, because it just looked excessive. Um, but but yeah, just like that, Johnny Gargano is now a three-time NXT North American champion. So we'll see what happens now going forward. You know, remember last time Gargano made his first defense. That was how he lost to Leon Ruff. So we'll see if this time around he actually has a legitimate title run. You know, he's already been a pretty strong heel lately. So it makes me wonder if they'll actually give him a legitimate title run this time. But we'll see. We'll see. And then the final War Games match, which was the main event of the evening, um, was the men's War Game match. So you had Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, going up against Team McAfee, made up of Pat McAfee, the NXT Tag Champs Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Now, Team McAfee was originally the team that won the advantage match. So the order of things, so Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne started out. Then Oney Lorcan came in. Then Bobby Fish. Then Danny Burch. Then Roderick Strong. Then Pat McAfee. Then Adam Cole was last. I have to say, you know, when Pat McAfee had his first match, I thought it was kind of ridiculous seeing on how far of a limit that he pushed Adam Cole. I was not ready to truly believe that he was a legit wrestler. Because the thing that had bothered me was the fact that he was able to hang as long as he did against Adam Cole, the longest reigning NXT champion to this day. So it just looked really, really shady. And it didn't make sense to me. But I have to say, after this War Games match, I actually have a lot more respect for Pat McAfee after this match. Seeing him pull off an impressive moonsault through a table, seeing him do a swanton bomb off the top of the cage, very well done swanton. See him kick out of the Panama Sunrise, and just, he was going in there, he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. And, mad respect. Pat McAfee is turning more and more into a legit pro wrestler. He's been doing the training, he's been doing the time, and it's showing. I gotta give him credit. A lot of y'all may think I'm crazy. Some might not be on the Pat McAfee hype train, but you know what? he's coming around. He's definitely coming around. And if anything, I hope that he just gets an opportunity to get some, consistent matches. Get him on the USA Network. Get him on some matches then. Because so far, this is only his second match, which was a takeover match. He's had two takeover matches, which he's 0-2 right now. But hey, like this is, I think this would be a good time to start getting Pat McAfee some matches. But ultimately, Undisputed Era walk away with the victory. And it was incredible. Folks were going through tables, bashed with chairs, and just carnage all around. Like Adam Cole took a sick, bitter ending through a chair. Um, yeah, and yeah, it was just crazy carnage of a match. Um, Pretty much everybody got a chance to shine, and you know what? That's war games for you. That's one thing I will give to WWE NXT is war games does not disappoint at all. Everybody gets a chance to shine, and this was no different. But ultimately, Undisputed Era get the victory in this War Games match. So it does make me wonder. That's twice now that the Undisputed Era has had the one up on Pat McAfee. So where did they go from here? Where'd they go from here? And of course, Kyle O'Reilly got the pin for Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly, who started off first. So this was big. This was really big. And, there was a lot of speculation whether he was going to turn on Adam Cole or if an Undisputed member was going to turn on the other or whatnot. But that didn't happen. And realistically, I just wonder what's going to happen. That's twice now that Pat McAfee has lost. Undisputed Era back on top. I mean, where do they go from here? How do they close out the year? We got a few episodes of NXT before the new year. Are they going to have something going for New Year's Evil? I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, they got to start prepping for a couple of things, like who are going to be the next challengers for the NXT tag titles. Um, are they going to have a new challenger for the cruiserweight champion, Santos Escobar? Um, they showed a vignette for Karrion Kross, and it looks like Karrion Kross is about to return. When is Finn Balor going to be able to wrestle again? I mean, is he cleared? Like we still don't know. You know, so we'll have to see what happens. But another successful NXT takeover. War Games never disappoints. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have for War Games. It was great. It's a great way to end the year for NXT. Of course, the next pay per view for WWE is TLC, but honestly, I highly doubt that it tops Takeover WarGames. I just don't think it will come close. But that's their last pay-per-view of the year. So, you know. And they had a small um tribute to the troops episode as well. But yeah, like I said, they still got a little bit of a road left to TLC, but I don't think it'll top NXT Takeover War Games. I just don't see it. But that's all I have. What did y'all think of NXT Takeover War Games? Y'all think it was excellent? Y'all think it was good, bad? What did you think of the outcomes? What did you think of the matches? Um, what would y'all like to see going forward? Like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. I hope everybody has a blessed week, and I will see y'all soon. Laters.